Yo, what's up? Have you ever been told to get better at copywriting because it would actually give you money? That would actually be the best possible thing you can do if you want to become rich with copywriting. Well, I'm pretty sure you at least heard this once, but nobody has actually shown you how to get better at copywriting. Because through this, there's a few people or a few gurus who actually know what they're talking about. And today I'm going to show you how you can go from a dookie copywriter with no experience to writing 100,000 plus sales page or copy in general. That's the exact same way I did it, because I went from zero experience to making over 165,000 for one of my clients. And I'm gonna leave the proof right here, so you know I'm not fucking lying like everybody else. So I'm gonna show you how to do this without breaking down copy for hours every single day, watching 100 plus YouTube videos that you don't need, paying for one more copywriting course, because for this you can become absolute goated by just watching YouTube videos. And last but not least, using the latest AI or the latest marketing trends, because you don't need any of that. So, what do you actually need? Well, it's very simple. What you need is to master the basics. And when I say basics, you actually need to understand human psychology. You need to understand the way that humans work and why they do the things they do. Because through this, trends and technologies change every single month or every single day, even as we're speaking right now. However, humans, we have been the same for the last 100 years and will continue being the same for 100 plus years to come, because we're humans. We work the same way. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, it doesn't matter your skin color, it doesn't matter. We all work exactly the same. So, I have a few things written down right here in a Google document, because I forget stuff sometimes. Most of the times, I don't know what's going on with my mind. But if you see me reading it, it's just to actually understand and do not forget the key points that I actually want to bring out. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, as I said, all of this 100% free. I don't even have a 997 copywriting course. I don't have an email list. I don't have shit, because I want to be 100% transparent and show you that all the money I make is actually from copywriting itself and not from selling a fucking course or mentor. So, the number one thing that you should definitely do right now, if you want to become a goated copywriter, or if you're unexperienced, or it doesn't even matter if you're a copywriting, if you just want to make a lot of money, a lot of sales, just read Advertising by Drew Eric Whitman. And the reason I'm telling you this is because chances are the 99% of people, including you guys watching this video, don't know how to sell shit. Like, people are extremely good at creating stuff, but are terrible at marketing and selling stuff. So, contrary to what you think, people don't buy your stuff or the things or your product or services because you have the greatest or latest technology or the greatest team. It's not because of that. People buy for what that team and that latest technology will bring to the table in terms of benefits. So, what I mean by that is, people don't buy a shovel, as you will read it in advertising. That this guy actually tells you very nicely how everything works. So, people don't buy a shovel because they want the shovel, but because they want the holes that owning a shovel will actually give them. So, it's not the shovel but the holes. So that's a benefit. They want to have the holes. So this should be the first book that you read if you want to 10 times your sales. Doesn't matter what you do, and because you already know that sales equal money, and the more money that you make for your clients, the more money you will be paid. Even if you don't have a client, let's say that you have your own store, your clothing store, whatever it is. If you actually make more sales, you will make more money in profit and in revenue. So this takes us to the second point, which is that benefits are more important than features. And so, bro, listen, as I said before, nobody wants to buy your stuff because it looks good, unless it's food related, but still, there's more to it than just looks. And you actually gotta tell people why they should care about your product or your service. What I mean by that is, but let's imagine you write copy, right? So you tell them how your copywriting skills or your copywriting itself is gonna help their business. So, for example, with your copywriting, they'll make more money since you know exactly how to make people buy because you understand human psychology. And so basically you will also be saving these business owners or people in general you work with dozens of hours a day and even almost hundreds of hours per week, since you will be the one responsible for writing their emails, their VSL, their sales page copy, everything, so they don't have to. So they can finally focus on more important stuff in their business. I don't know what that is, probably business management or something different that's not copywriting. So forget about the fucking like, bro, what are you doing with email marketing right now? You gotta forget about those stuff and you actually gotta tell people in your DMs what the benefit you bring to the table is or are. For example, hey bro, I wrote this to you so I can save you dozens of hours per week. I realized that you're selling this product, and so I made you this to help you with that. Since I know you're a very busy business owner, and I just want to give you a hint. I just want to take work off your plate or whatever it is that you actually want to do. So that way, you're just not basically telling someone like, "Hey, here's this piece of copy that I don't know why I gave it to you." But instead, you just tell them like, "Hey, I wrote this to you to save you time, to make you more money, whatever it is. The benefit, what's in it for me." Do not forget the basics. Do not forget the fundamentals and basically everything you've learned in copy by writing copy. You gotta do it with your client. So do that. Now, the second point inside the second part is you gotta paint a vivid picture of how using your products or services will change them physically, emotionally, economically, socially, etc. It doesn't matter because I don't know if you know this already. You probably do because you're very smart. But people have shameful desires. For example, people would buy a McLaren 720S not because of the way it looks or the color it has or the technology it does, even though they say so, but for what having a McLaren will do for them. What I mean by this is owning a McLaren will give them basically respect. It will earn their respect from their family, friends, and even strangers because these people seem to be in a higher basically like status. They have a different status. Women will notice them, actually will look at these guys or at these people and say like, oh, who is that guy? What does that guy do for a living? I want to get to know him. He seems like he has money. He seems like he's a good dude, or he's a right fit for me because he can take care of me and provide for me. So this will actually lead them to having more sex and having sex easier than anybody else. So, in short, getting a supercar will give them more status, keep up. And so, I don't know if you know this, but this is something called or something known as keeping up with the Jonases, which I'm gonna talk about this in just a few minutes. So, people, another example, people do not go to the gym to be healthy. Even if that's what they said, again, these are shameful desires. The true reason that people go to the gym is because they want to look good enough or want to look like aesthetically enough to attract the opposite sex and have sexual relationships like fucking crazy, man. So being in shape also means that people will respect you. They will treat you different. They will see you different. And this applies to almost everything you can think of. So the next time, be sure to tell people what they want to hear, and I totally guarantee them money will follow. So it's not about what your product looks like or what it's built of. It's how it can help people. So one way to know what your audience's shameful desires are is by doing an excellent market research. And if you don't know how to do that, I have a video in my channel. Go look for it where I explain how you can do that. And but basically, you can do an excellent market research by going into Reddit, subreddits, or Quora, or whatever it is, even Amazon. So point number 3 is you gotta know what the life first aid is. So basically, I don't know if you've ever wondered why people do the things they do, why people act the way they do. But basically, let me explain this in detail. So people would do anything for first. Remember, it is life force 8, so there's 8 points to this. These are like the needs that we actually are born with. Believe it or not, we already come with this. So people would do anything for survival, enjoyment of life, or life extension. That's point number 1. Point number 2, enjoyment of food and beverages. Point number 3, freedom from fear, pain, and danger. So that was point number 3. Point number 4, sexual companionship. Point number 5, comfortable living conditions. So people want to live comfortably, right? Number 6, to be superior, winning, or keeping up with the Jonases, the point that I mentioned before. 7, care and protection of loved ones. And number 8, social approval. These are the 8 reasons that people do things for, even if they don't, even they don't admit it, and they say, no, that's the complete bullshit. That's the way it is. And so there's a quote by David Ogilvy. I don't remember exactly word by word, but he said, like, people do not always say what they think, and they lie most of the times whenever you ask them something. For once again, what I asked about before, why did you buy this McLaren? They will tell you something complete, like they'll tell you bullshit, right? So if you learn how to play with these 8 points, and you understand and you actually relate this to your products or to your services, bro, it's almost impossible to fail. So, and also you'll be able to persuade just anybody. So take your time and really dive into this a little bit more, and you'll understand how to make people click. You understand how to make people read whatever it is that you're writing. They will actually do whatever you ask them to do. So do not take this briefly. Go into more detail and understand more about this. You will find more information about this in the book that I recommended as the first point. So go and do that right now. So point number 4. I know that you probably heard this a lot, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it is true. You need to handwrite the best copy ever written by world-class copywriters. Look, I said best copy ever written by world-class copywriters. I didn't say just any copywriting or a copy piece, because that's not how it works. If you copy a shitty copy, you're gonna write shitty copy, right? So this is actually what I did to write 100 times better sales page, email, and video sell copy. And the best part of this is that when you handwrite it, you're basically writing copy yourself. Believe it or not, you're just you're writing copy, so you don't need to write copy every single day on your computer, like blah 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 blah. because you're already doing that when you handwrite. So do this for 1 hour, 2 or 3 times per week, and thank me later, brother. But that's not it. That's not it. I'm not one of these people who tells you like, okay, go and write copy for 1 hour a day. And they basically don't tell you where you need to find all of this. So in the description, I'm gonna leave you 2 PDFs that I actually have used, that I needed to go and download them from the dark web, kind of, because you won't find them anywhere else. They're no longer available. They were from the greatest copywriters of all time, Gary Halbert. So you won't find this. This used to be copy written 100 years ago. So it's no longer in the internet. I needed to download Thor. It's a browser. I needed to fucking go into dark web and find this, because if you find this, people charge thousands of dollars for it. I'm not literally joking. I tried to download it the legal way, just call it like that, and it costed $7 fucking. So I don't have the money for that. However, since you guys are subscribed to my channel, and if you actually made it this far, you're blessed, bro. That's my way of thanking you for sticking to watch the video until this point. So one of these PDFs is only headlines. That means that you're gonna handwrite headlines only. If you're struggling to write headlines, you're gonna, brother, this is gonna help you a lot to write headlines. You're gonna write headlines faster, better headlines, and more compelling headlines. So that's one. The other one is sales page copy only. So you're gonna find direct response marketing copy in this PDF, which is long form sales page copy that you would definitely write if you want to become a great copywriter. If you learn how to write long form copy, writing emails or any kind of copy will be nothing for you. I totally promise you that. So please, bro, I know that this takes time, and I know that this probably isn't what you're looking for, the magic whatever it is, the magic method to improve and be a better copywriter, but that shit doesn't exist. And I'll tell you why later on this video. So point number 5, actually pay attention to the ads you see on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the social media platform is, because 9 out of 10 times the copy you find in this ads is A tier, because people are spending money on it. So if this is an ad that you actually see, instead of ignoring them, watch them and have a look and pay attention to the hooks, to the beginning of the ad. What are the things that they saying? How are they? What are the problems that they're targeting in this audience? Who's their target audience? What are the triggers that make people want to click on the ad, go to the link, whatever it is? Because that way you're gonna understand what's currently working and what's not, and what are the angles that they're using. And also, if you see or hear or any expressions that you probably can benefit from later on for one of your projects, just copy that. Copy those expressions, copy those words, handwrite those ads, because that's going to help you a lot. Also, pay attention to the benefits and the bullet lists. Okay, so if you do this for 90 days straight, you'll notice your improvement dramatically. That's all I got to share with you today. So before I go, as I said before, remember, there's nothing such as magic techniques to become a better copywriter. There are no secrets you need to find before becoming a world-class copywriter. Don't trust all these people and all these gurus who make you believe this is the only way that you will be able to write copy. That these secrets are the things that you're missing. But once you find, you'll become insanely good at writing copy. Because 99% of the times, these people only want to take your hard-earned money, brother. They don't actually have the secret. They don't actually have anything that you don't already know. What you need is to stick to the basics. What you need is to put in the repetitions. You need to put in the In the hours, you need to actually put effort. But that's all you need. You need to understand human psychology. And I promise you, brother, you'll achieve anything you want in life. It's not only for copywriting, it's for whatever it is. You want a better family, you want better relationships. Also, put in the work. Understand what you deserve, what you're worth it. And then you'll basically achieve anything in life. So, see you in the next one.